pencil down. We're not filling in answers. I want you guys to just look up here. Put your pencils down. When it's time to write, you can write. Okay? Allie, you need to be looking up here. Don't worry about that.
Now bring your zero down.
You're going to estimate your quotients using compatible numbers that are found by using just your basic facts.
And how many times am I
You know your multiplication facts, that's all you're going to use. If you had 35 divided by 5, you know it's 7. But if you had 350 divided by 50, what you could do, and I was showing my class, one of the easiest things to do too when you have numbers that end in 0, which this doesn't have anything to do with it yet, but it will in a minute. If you had 350 divided by 50, remember that's another way to write a division problem. I can write this division problem like this. And then I can also write it like this. 3 ways to show the same problem. But when you have numbers that end in 0, you can put them on top of each other like a fraction. And guess what? You have a 0 here and a 0 here. Cancel that 0 out, cancel it out. Now all you're left with is the 35 and the 5. Okay? You just did quick division. And what is 35 divided by 5? 7. But then you need to add the 0. Whoops. I already added 2 zeros. You add a 0 back.
9 times what?
So this would be
Times
70. No,
then put a 4 up
that's
there.
7. I was right before. Hang on. I was right. 7.
And then 9 times 4.
Okay.
Right here.
So then the same thing here. You have 3,500. So you would say 3,500 over 50. You have just 1 0 down here, so you take off the 1 0. Then you take off 1 0 at the top, and then what are you left with? 5 into 350. 5 will go into 35 7 times, and you still have a 0 left over, and you put it, and there's your 70. It's easy just to take off your zeros, okay? But look here. Okay. The observation deck of the Willis Tower in Chicago, Illinois is 1,353 feet above the ground.
Right here.
Elevators lift the visitors to that level in 60 seconds. About how many feet do the elevators travel per second? So you're just estimating, okay? So it says estimate. 1353 divided by 60. Use 2 sets of compatible numbers to find different estimates. So they took 1,353 divided by 60, and they put 1,200 divided by 60. Why did they use 12? Why did they use 1,200? Well, here's the easy part and the fun part about it. Does 6 not go into 12? There's your basic math fact. You can use that. So you're going to use something with your divisor that will divide into it evenly, okay? So how many times will 60 go into 1,200? 2 times. Okay, another way, you can either go up or go down. This one, it went down. This one, they used 1,800. 1,800. Why did they use 1,800? Because 6 will go into 18. How many times will 60 go into 18? 3 times. Okay? So here's exactly what they did. Our basic fact, 12 divided by 6, and that's how many times? 2. You can fill in your book as we're going. You can fill in your book as we're going. What is 120 divided by 60? 2. And what is 1,200 divided by 60? That one's 20. And you could say 1,200 over 60. You could cross out a 0, cross out a 60. How many times will 6 go into 120? It'll go 20 times. Okay, let's look over here on the other side. What is 18 divided by 6? 3. So what is 180 divided by 60? 3. And then what is 1,800 divided by 60? 30. Okay? So, elevators will travel about how many feet? Look here, here's your division, 2, 2, hang on, let me erase so you can see the board.
Go to the next one. Do it just
Guys,
did that first.
focus back up here. I don't know what just happened back there. Yes.
Hey, Grant Richard's mom dropped off boots at the office if you want to send a couple boys their boxes.
Okay, I will.
Alright, thanks.
Not right at this moment. Okay, now we're ready to fill in the bottom. The elevators travel about how many feet per second? We just found out 2, 3 feet per second. The more reasonable estimate is what? Alright, look right here. Is the more reasonable estimate 2 or 3? 2, because 1,200 is closer to 1,353 than 1,800. So the observation deck elevators to the Willis Tower is about 2 feet per second. The assignment we're going to do tonight tells you to find 2 compatible estimates. We're just going to deal with 1. And we're going to deal with the closest one. All right, look at the next page. All right, let's look at it.
Baby.
Please do.
Not this.
We're going to practice one right now.
Just like we did.
Listen, Miriam has saved $650 to spend during her 18-day trip to Chicago. She doesn't want to run out of money before her trip's over, so she plans to spend about the same amount each day. Estimate how much she could spend each day. This is a real-life situation problem right here. Exactly, because I'm doing the same thing this weekend. Mr. Freitag and I are going out of town. We're going to be gone 4 days. We have a certain amount of money we can spend. How much can we spend each day? You use division. This is exactly what she's doing. Hers is more, she needs to be more strict with it because she's going to be gone how many days? 18. Okay, 4 days is not as long as 18. So she's going to make sure she doesn't run out of money before her trip is over. So she's got to have an average amount that she can spend every day. Jessie, I need you to get up and move over here. I think we had that problem yesterday and y'all just talked all day and each one of you earned a conduct mark. Quickly move. So we're going to estimate to find out how much money she can spend, about how much she can spend each day so she doesn't run out of money before the end of her trip. So we're going to estimate 18 divided into 650. So we're going to round 650 down to 600. Okay, so we have 600 divided by what number?